folks, Andre Harrison back at it with another edition of the Top 5, and in this edition, following on from the F1 YouTube channel dabbling into their record books, I thought I'd do some homework and do some hardcore studying of my own, by which I mean I scoured for several minutes on Wikipedia, and with that in mind, here's the records that I don't think will ever be beaten in F1 again. So, without further ado, here's my Top 5 Unbreakable F1 Records. Okay, for number 5, I'm grouping a couple of these together, and the reason why is because, well, it's not like we didn't already consider the Canada 2011 special enough. In terms of records and historical significance, Canada 2011 might be the greatest and strangest race ever. It holds 3 ridiculous F1 records. The longest ever F1 race at 4 hours and 4 minutes. So long, in fact, they had to change the rules to stop that from ever happening again, given there was a 2-hour rain delay in the middle of the race. The most safety cars in a race, with 6, and the slowest average speed ever for an F1 race, at a rib-tickling 46 miles an hour. Seriously, you could probably hit up the M1 right now for an hour and get a better average speed than that. Canada 2011 was always a special race, but now for even more reasons than you think. At number 4, it's going to take something pretty spectacular to top a Grand Prix that had as many retirements in it, but Monaco 1996 is that race. Instead of providing true context, I'll quickly run through them all, see if you can keep count. Montemini crashed in warm-up, had no spare car. Verstappen started a wet race on slick tyres, you can probably guess how that ended. The Minardis of Lamy and Fisichella hit each other at turn 1. Michael Schumacher crashed at Mirabeau. So we're already up to 5, and that's just the opening lap. Rubens Barrichello spins at Rascasse. Yuta Katayama, Rosset and Diniz, crash, and transmission failure respectively. Gerhard Berger, gearbox. Brundle, spun out. Hill, engine blowout. Alesi, suspension failure. Badoa and Villeneuve crashed into each other despite Badoa being 6 laps down. Irvine, spins at Mirabeau, takes Sarlo and Hakkinen with him. And with Frentzen pitted on the penultimate lap, it meant that only 3 cars saw the checkered flag. Olivier Panis won his one and only Grand Prix, as well as Liger's first win for 15 years, as the race hit the 2-hour time limit. Monaco 96 holds 2 records as the race with the most retirements, a staggering 18, and the smallest amount of finishes, with just 3. Now I'm going to have a lie down and recover for the next segment. Number 3 is me giving a second chance to honour the most dominant car in F1 history, in what many would argue is the ultimate F1 dream team, 1988 and McLaren's MP4/4. A team with Ron Dennis at the helm and 2 of the greatest drivers of all time, with Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna side by side. And while McLaren's 15 wins last season was topped with Mercedes' 16 in 2014, their overall win percentage was better, with McLaren's 15 wins coming in 16 races, a rate of 93%. Meaning if Merckx wants a chance at breaking it, they have to win 20 out of 2016 to 21 Grand Prix. And given how much funky stuff happens in Formula 1 these days, good luck with that. Number 2 takes place at the European Grand Prix of Jerez in 1997, and it was arguably the most ridiculous timing screen in Formula 1 history. In qualifying, first Jacques Villeneuve, then Michael Schumacher, and then finally Heinz-Harald Frentzen all set the exact same time in qualifying, a 1:21.072. Two-way tyres are already a unicorn when it comes to Formula 1 on any occasion, but this remains the only time in the sport's history where there's been a 3-way tie, and hence the record for closest finish to an F1 timing sheet. If you're wondering who started from pole, it was Jacques, as he set the lap time first. You know, the day before the whole Schumacher drove into his side pod on purpose thing. But that's a story for another day. Okay, let's be real here. No top 5 on records would be complete without something major from Michael Schumacher, and well, I think his 91 wins are the most untouchable thing in Formula 1 history, as well as one of the most significant. But let's put some of that 91 into context. You look at the all-time wins list, you can see that Prost is second with 51, then Hamilton third with 43, and they just barely beat Schumacher's count combined. On top of that, in order for someone to snatch Schumi's 91 wins, you'd have to win at a rate of 5 races a year, a tough break as it is, on average, for 18 straight seasons. And doing that in today's era would break Rubens Barrichello's record of most race starts. Yeah, the 91 is never going down. There's just too many variables in the world of the sport for that to ever happen. So, anyone out there dug up some other interesting factoids? Would love to hear them in the comments. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Harrison101HD. And why not check out my brand new channel over at Motorsport 101? We podcast about motorsport. Yeah, the name's real catchy. Anyway, until next time, I've been Andre Harrison, and thanks very much for watching.